made sure that when I took the job on, I was surrounded by the best people I could find, most of whom had done Bonds before, because it has this great tradition of special effects and great stunts and all this. So, you know, I had Vic Armstrong, who's doing the second unit, and Simon Crane, who does the stunts, and Chris Corbold, who does the special effects, all of whom are, you know, world class.
Action.
I think Bond movies are probably every physical special effects man's dream, because the Bonds like to do as much as they can for real. You've got everything from your big explosions to your bullets flying to you're working with boats, cars, helicopters, planes, and also all the various rigs, you know, involved in what you're going to do on the set, whether it turns upside down, backwards, forwards or whatever. I mean, it's great. The variety is immense.
I have 8 people working for me full time. I bring them on 2 months prior to shooting, and we test every stunt in the film. And you know, by doing it early like that, yes, it's more expensive, but we then know the safety parameters. We save on shooting time. You know, what we've saved on shooting time has vastly outweighed the cost of the 8 guys for the month's rehearsals.
3, 2, 1, go.
We've done some quite innovative stuff and unusual action sequences, and it's another advancement for Bond, I think. On Tomorrow Never Dies, we brought him forward with a little bit of more die-hard in him, which I think what modern audiences are looking for, still keeping the suave and sophistication of Bond. British stunt performers have made a tremendous contribution. You know, I can go anywhere in America and everybody would know my name, they'd know Simon's name and quite a few other people. We do have a great record for delivering the goods.
We have the highest level of skill in the world. On Titanic, which I coordinated, I took probably 30 English people out there to work on that. I used 60 Americans, but they were sort of day players, but the bulk of the long-term stunts were English.
Go! And cut it!
The level of training is superior to any other country in the world, whereas other countries don't have any legislation at all. We do have a training, not a training program, we do have certain grades that people have to attain before they can become a stuntman.
In all, it took me about 3 years to actually become qualified as a stunt performer. Then once you are qualified as a stunt performer, you do a further 5 years training while you work, which you're marked up at each stage. So it's to show that you're safe with actors, or know, like anyone can go and fall off a building, you know, but they'll only do it once. I've got to maybe do it 5 times. So you've got to be safe, know what's going on, know the camera angles, so there's no point doing the most fantastic stunt in the world and it's out of shot. So there's a lot to learn.
There's a specific knowledge you need for special effects engineering. You know, a lot of the times we're not building things to last 20 years. They've got to last a week, a month, 3 months, you know, top whack most of the time, and that's where these guys really come into their own. They know the shortcuts to take, but still get the effect that we require with the financial restraints that we have.
Well, it's like on any film, you don't want to do the same old boring stuff. You've always got to push forward, otherwise you won't get your next job, basically. You're always looking for new ideas, creative thoughts, how to make things safer. But really, it's anything anyone can dream of is possible, but there'll be various ways of doing it. It's just a matter of showing people what you can do. We're not daredevils. You're out there not to prove yourself to anyone, you're out there to do your job to your utmost ability and make it safe. With the English, there's no bullshit. It's either yes or no, but if they say no, then there's always a way of doing it. It's not no, can't do it. It's no, we can't do it that way, but maybe if we tried this way, we'd get the same effect, it'd be cheaper and it'd look better. But you know, there's always a way of doing things. I think in maybe some other countries, you get the bullshit factor and they say yes to everything and actually don't come up with the goods.
We do a really broad range of stuff, lots of TV, film, commercials. Recent big projects have been Saving Private Ryan, for which we did a lot of dummies, bodies, horses, cows, all that kind of thing. We're currently doing a TV show called 10th Kingdom, which is a mini-series for which we're doing prosthetic makeup, as well as some of the specialised prop making and animatronics. I know in Hollywood, from being there, that the big special effects companies tend to have big showcase workshops. They'll spend a huge amount of money on big, flashy environments, whereas the way the system here in the UK has worked, you tend to take on space as you need it. We just tend to be naturally more economical. We're not paying for 50,000 square foot workshop all the time.
We have found the ways, I think, of doing extremely high quality work on the limited budgets that are available for television. And that's not to do with cutting corners or anything like that, it's to do with inventiveness.
We specialise in prosthetic makeup, and it's a very time-consuming thing, so for the general makeup department to get involved with that tends to take them away from their lead actors, so we tend to take over the reins on any prosthetics just because it makes things easier, quicker and more economical.
There's quite a lot of computer graphic work, CGI, and we've got things like fairies that have got wings, and we've got a variety of extensions to pieces of set. And then there's traditional visual effects like blue screen. An interesting example being the one behind me here, which is kind of half a blue screen. These magic mirrors have images which appear and then disappear during a shot, and sometimes that might need to be a moving shot. So we've done a lot of research and development on this, and we've come up with a kind of combination of tubes and filters and glass and various things, and we're able to create a mirror like this which reflects enough that with a correction electronically in a computer we can make look as if it wasn't blue, but which is also blue enough, if turned the other way, to make a blue screen for a matte. So we can insert at any time the picture that the Queen sees when she's standing in front of it, or have it just reflect her. So when we see the face of another person that she's talking to, we'll actually see superimposed on them her live reflection. Obviously, this is very difficult for Dan Veist, who plays the Queen, and so for her and the director, we've got a little filter which we use, which corrects it automatically. And actually, maybe the audience can see the effect here, and that actually shows us what the mirror would be like if it wasn't blue.
Everybody's pretty much worked everywhere, so there's a really good, variety of skills out there. A lot of people who do various things. I mean, we use technicians who work in the general special effects department, sometimes come to work for us doing animatronics. Equally, some people who do more straight makeup will come and help on prosthetics, so you're covering quite a broad range. In 10th Kingdom particularly, there's several statues which are of actors or performers or characters who are all wearing prosthetics, so it just kind of followed that we should make those props as we'd created the original looks.
This is a good example in the context of our conversation about British sort of craftsmanship throughout special effects, because these mirrors, first of all, you've got the actual prop building capability. There's the design effort of one of our production designers who's created this. Then there's an artist who's made it, it's sort of sculpture. And then we've got the lighting technologies that our lighting company have done, where they've built up special light boxes, specially painted with fluorescent tubes in them that give out blue light. And then we've got a combination of filters, and we've had special half-silver glass that's been made to go on it, and there's a combination of all these things. And obviously the technical know-how to do this, and then the computer programming to be able to very efficiently and very rapidly replace the blue with another image and replace the blue reflection with a real reflection. So this is a tremendous combination of different skills that have all come together.
Until people have been here and seen the skills here, they don't understand. They don't realise that actually we're ahead of the game, we're on the ball with the technology, and we can easily keep up. Prosthetics and animatronics have a good history here, going back to the Star Wars films and before. Over the years, I mean, big features like Greystoke and stuff like that were all done here with lots of animatronic characters using a lot of UK-based technicians. And places like the Henson's Workshop, etc., use a massive amount of people. And it's a freelance business, so everybody moves around. If we need a crew of 50, we can pretty much get our hands on them.